Good afternoon. This is Channing. I did my research I did a search, and when I did my search for the informed consent form, West Texas Counseling and Guidance showed up. Produced by West Texas and Counseling and Guidance in 2015. They have a informed consent form in which they do address most of the stuff that is listed, or most of the items that are listed in the ACA recommendations and Virginia State's recommendations. So when I do my comparing and contrasting, it's really going to be based off of ACA because Virginia kind of followed ACA with their recommendations. Um, so the first thing I noticed that West Texas Counseling did cover the techniques that we covered in the counseling sessions. They really left it open to, the statement was made that yes, I am informed. I've been informed by my counselor of the specific techniques that they're going to be using, with the understanding that the counseling uh, company, West Texas Counseling, focuses on biophysical and cognitive behavioral perspectives. They also addressed the side effects of the method of treatment and evaluation of a diagnostic formula, saying this should have been addressed with the counselor, with the individual counselor. Also, duration of the treatment is addressed. Dual relationship is also addressed. Confidentiality was also addressed. The regulations for the state, for Texas, for confidentiality, and the regulations with the ACA, it was in line with ACA standards. Specifics including when confidentiality must be broken was given, and separate section on duty to warn. Now, this duty to warn situation was where I had a section was where I had an issue. The ACA, or either I believe from the presentation, it may have been mentioned in the presentation, that there need to be clear and concise information. That the information must be presented in clear, concise wording. I had an issue understanding some of the wording that was used in the duty to warn. Reading that section, there was one question that comes up. Does the client have the right to revoke consent to warn, or to disclose at any time during the treatment? That wasn't really addressed in their informed consent. They did follow through with risks of therapy, the risk by stating the risks associated with therapy in their informed consent document. This follows along with what the presentation has pointed out to be the industry standards. It also includes a section on court cost, which I found very interesting out of my own personal reaction. That they included a section on if the client is calling the counselor to be a witness or to give testimony in court, that the going rate, the daily rate or the hourly rate, would still be applied, and also the rate of or any incurred fees that go along with submitting documentation to the court. I found that to be very interesting. Um, I did find another peculiarity, that the consequences of terminating care were not really outlined in their informed consent document either. Um, Also, the industry standard of handling, how the counseling department or how the counseling company will handle disputes against the individual counselor, that was not outlined in the informed consent section either. A question that I would pose is, has anybody else found, in your research, found anything that was very peculiar that maybe seems like it should be placed somewhere else instead of in the informed consent document? I really found that very peculiar. I think I'm actually happy that the court information was given up or was provided along with the how payment was going to be occurred and everything. But I just found it very interesting. I didn't think about court documentation being put up.